Previously on Survivor, tears when they saw messages from home, and Richard won a visit from his brother. But things soon reverted to normal.
That she hasn't got Richard in her pocket. I have.
And a new alliance ensured that, much to her surprise, Zoe became the 11th person voted off the island. Following Zoe's departure last night, a real split is developing within Sakutu. Things are getting personal. Old tribal loyalties are collapsing. This is where the psychological part of the game really starts to matter, as that £1 million gets ever closer.
Things are definitely getting a bit out of hand, and I've just been sat here thinking, it is just a game, don't let it get to you. We came in from tribal council and Eve started having a go at Jackie, calling her names and saying this, that and the other, and making out she was really popular, and there's been an argument over the rice. Jackie saw Eve and Zoe going down the beach with a spade early yesterday morning. So we think it might have been buried, we're not sure. But there's definitely a large amount of rice gone from the bag, which is concerning. Because, I mean, we're all losing weight and we're all feeling very, very weak.
We did have a bit of a session last night, but no one was around to witness it. We sort of regressed to about 12 years old with the silly little but I think I heard what I sounded like, and I'll try and put a lid on that for the rest of it.
We might be being a bit paranoid, but I went and took a look at the rice, and it was at least half of it was missing. Had a word with Jackie, had a word with Charlotte, and they went and looked at the rice and were of the same opinion really that rice was missing. And so we felt that 3 people, of which one is missing now, may have been plotting for a nice big party at the end, and also to wear out other people quicker. It's very difficult to trust anybody at this stage. The stakes are extremely high. The word £1 million is being spoken more by other people, and I think if people are being driven by money, money does strange things to good people.
That £1 million is, you can almost smell it, and it's very exciting.
I feel quite vulnerable now within the tribe. Tribal council with Zoe going was, whilst I wasn't surprised, I'm disappointed. I'm in a tribe now with 4 other people, of which 3 I can't stand. Richard, because I just don't trust him. He's just a complete snake. Charlotte, I just haven't got the time of day for. She's underhand, greedy, selfish, vain. She's everything I don't like in a person. And Jackie, well, I've never liked Jackie. I've pussyfooted around Jackie for 5 weeks, trying to make Jackie feel nice so that Jackie feels confident, and quite frankly, I'm sick to death of it.
Thing is, we've looked up all the other end of the beach for the rice.
Yeah.
All down here, and it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Oh, I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, but having thought about it, you know she's making those bamboo containers.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be an ideal thing to put the rice in so that the rats don't get into it.
That'd be, and she did make a few
Yeah,
of those.
she made a few, and she's only got 2 of the many boxes now.
Yeah.
We're so hungry, and there's nothing to eat, and that's all there is. You know, it was halved that one night, easily. So we're just going to keep looking whenever we've got the energy to do so. But in the meantime, people are going to be guarding the camp to make sure that the rest of the rice is going to be okay.
Mick and I had a chat after Tribal Council because obviously we were both let down by the 4th member of our supposed alliance, Richard. And I just sort of said to Mick, yeah, what do you reckon to last night? And he went, well, it was Richard. Yeah, know that. I said, disappointed. Yeah, know that. He said, and he or I will be picked off. I like Mick. He's not underhand, I don't think. He's quite prepared to speak his mind and be truthful without being nasty.
Everybody else you talk to, you know, when you say what do you reckon to Mick, you go, oh, he's nice, he's a bumbly old man, he's out of his depth here, he's just trying to be nice. And
Yeah, I don't agree.
no, I think he's completely switched on.
Oh, of course he is. He was intent that he was going to win. When James and I first got here, we thought he was so confident he was going to win the million.
Well,
Because he was going to get through with Eve and Jackie.
you don't spend 25 years in the police force and
No.
not learn anything.
And
I'm
haven't
very
got a
sorry.
clue.
I'm frantically thinking at the moment of the way ahead now. I have already done something this morning. Someone had hidden the tomato ketchup, and I was aware that Eve had taken it last night. I had a couple of ideas where it had gone, and I just fed people in that direction.
Boy, that's my floorboards.
Doesn't hurt to check everywhere, Mick.
We might find what I've got there.
Did you see anyone take it, Mick? You saw Eve take it last night?
Yeah. Come on, somebody's got to make a decision. Sure.
Why don't you check her bag?
Okay, you've got the bag.
There it is. It's in her bag.
Right,
There.
the bag. You going to do a compensation or?
I'm not.
We'll just say where's it gone.
Tactically, it's going to mean that Eve will be voted off before I am. So it gives me a little bit of breathing space.
Today marks the final day in the tribe's established 3-day cycle and the last chance they have to win something in a reward challenge. Welcome to your last reward challenge, which is all about what 5 weeks on this island has done to your body. The day before you came on the island, you were weighed by our doctor. What we're going to do today is to weigh you again. Before that, we want you to guess how much weight you've actually lost. But before you have to guess, we're going to make life a little easier for you, because you can look into this mirror. First time you've looked into a mirror for 5 weeks. And then you will have to decide how much you think you've lost. Quite simply, the closest to the mark wins a rather tasty reward. So we'll start, we'll do it in random order. Charlotte, would you step forward in front of the mirror first? See what you think.
Oh my God! Frightening. My hair is blonde.
I'm worried about your hair.
Oh, sorry. Is this mirror correct? I don't know. I still still got a fat bum.
Yeah.
Shot it. I think.
According to you, you've lost 7 pounds, which is not a lot, really. Eve, next.
I haven't got hips anymore. I reckon I've lost £10.
So you are now 121 pounds, is your guess. Richard?
You're gonna have to take your sarong off it.
I'll tell you what you were. You were 194 pounds.
With the beard, 172 pounds.
You think you've lost 22 pounds? Right. Jackie?
Slappy old thigh.
I reckon I'm £129.
129 pounds. So according to you, Jackie, you have lost 19 pounds. Right. Last to go, Mick. You were 191 pounds.
Medic! Jeez. Where am I?
I'm at Chippendale now. We've got 6-pack and everything.
£24, £25.
25 pounds lost.
How many years have you lost?
Right, well, let's see what the truth is. Now that's pretty close.
141.
You have in fact lost 11 pounds, haven't you? So you were 4 pounds out. Eve, you're next.
120.
I think it's 120. So you've lost 11 pounds, but the good news is you're only 1 pound out. Well done. Richard, you're next.
165.
So you've lost 29 pounds, which is just over 2 stone. But unfortunately you were 7 pounds out. Okay. Jackie, you're next.
131.
You've lost 17 pounds. So you're only 2 pounds out. Very close, well done. Mick,
I'm £162.
in fact you've lost 29 pounds, which is exactly the same, funnily enough, as Richard. But you were 4 pounds out. Okay. So Eve, according to my figures, that makes you 1 pound out, which is the closest to the mark. Well done, you've won the reward challenge. And so the reward is, given that you've lost the pounds, something to put the pounds back
Excellent.
on. Now you have to eat it all in under a minute, starting now.
Oh, wow.
That's a joke. That's a joke. You don't have to eat it all in silence. What you do with it is up to you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Do you want me to hold it for you? No, I'm quite happy.
The chocolate cake is Sakutu's final reward, and in order to avoid any accusations of selfishness, Eve has decided to share it.
To be honest, I could eat a lot.
Could you really?
Absolutely. I could sit down there and eat a lot of it.
Oh, wow. Look.
I'm gonna.
Oh, yes, there
Is that good?
How sick are we going to be after this? I don't know where to start with it.
is. I do.
I've always wanted it to. I just wanted to really
Yeah, I
break a
don't
big
blame
bit off
you.
that corner and just stuff it in.
Oh, wow.
That's far too much flavour. Shark and chocolate cake all on one day.
Too much.
It's going to my head. I know that sounds silly.
No, it makes you feel drunk.
It does, yeah.
Sugar rush.
It is.
Mick and I have never ever talked about the alliances, which is quite different to how everybody else is. And so I pointed that out to him after Tribal Council, and he came to Charlotte and I this morning and he said, look, I think you three are in cahoots together. Are the three of you wanting to go right to the end? And my response was, yeah, Mick, that is the way it is, but no alliance has ever lasted longer than 3 days on this island. So again, that's keeping it open.
The alliance between Richard and myself hasn't been smooth on my part. I've had my doubts over the past couple of weeks, and he may have as well. But it always seems to be that something will happen. He'll hear about something from someone else, and he'll tell me, and I can watch his back, and it's just worked out really well. I've saved his skin, and he's saved mine. What are you two bad boys doing down here, anyway?
Oh, we were
Not
talking about you.
We were.
I don't believe that for a second.
We were. And we
Would
could
we
even,
ever? Eh? But
we
it would
could even
melt
say
in
it.
your mouth, would it? Poor blimey, mate.
and we were checking that.
All right.
I don't trust anyone 100%. I trust Jackie more than Richard, because I know Richard's been playing the game all along, and he'll be looking to be in the last two, not with me I don't think, because he wants me voting there, because he's built me up to think I'm going to vote for him. So it's difficult. It's a difficult situation to be in.
What is it, 6 days left today?
5 days tomorrow. Yeah. We're in the 6th day, so it's 5 days tomorrow. Did you think you could do it?
Well,
Stay the whole
must say, it's
Time?
looking pretty shaky on day one when I need
I bet.
But I've just managed to
Yeah, well, you're a
my
bit like
way
me.
into
I've
staying
just managed
that
to
little
sort
bit
of
longer.
hang about like a bad smell. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to mope around here.
These little alliances buy you an extra 3
Yeah,
more days,
that's
3
right.
more days.
Yeah.
Now, unless Nick and Eve win immunity, and there's the 3 of us that are going to try our hardest if they don't,
Yeah,
then we're lovely.
I know.
All the way home.
We woke the tribe at 4:30 this morning to bring them here to the sand spit. It's now sunrise and the challenge has already been underway for some half an hour or so. The rules are very simple. All they have to do is keep at least one hand on that pole the whole time. Every half an hour they'll step from one log to the next log. The main thing is they must keep one hand on that pole. The person left standing with their one hand on that pole wins immunity. We could be here for a long time.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Why do you speak so loudly?
Do I speak really loudly? I didn't notice.
You shout everything.
Oh.
Just when you're speaking, normally.
After Eve's rather personal criticism, Charlotte faces another problem.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm quite happy for you to stand off the log and sort that out if everybody else is.
Well, no, I've
What, you've bandaged for me?
no.
Oh.
I don't know what I could do.
Well, I don't
I'm
mind.
quite happy that she
I'm
leaves the
happy.
log, sorts herself out and comes back and carry on the game.
You happy with that, Eve?
I don't personally agree with it.
Do you want this or on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing for it. I'm sorry, I don't think it's. I think it's part of the game. Because if I needed a shit, you wouldn't say to me.
Slightly different.
No, I don't.
I'll get the other way.
Snake Island is at one end of the sand spit, and 4 hours into the challenge, one of its inhabitants, the venomous banded sea crate, pays the tribe a visit.
He's very unhappy now. Why is it staying around me?
Oh, I'm glad it's going your way.
After 7.5 hours and with the temperature over 100, Mick is the first tribe member to admit defeat.
Well, I'm not going to last another hour. I said I'm not going to last another hour. Oh, look after yourself. I might laugh at it.
Mick, don't do it. Stay another half hour.
Hurting, Jackie.
We're all hurting.
No, I'm in serious pain with my
Go
head.
on. Go on.
No thanks. I'm going to have to do it. Don't blackmail me.
Right.
I'm going. Don't shake my hand because you might shake the one.
Well done.
No. I'm going.
Well done, Mick.
Well done, mate.
Well done, mate.
Well done, Mick.
Be careful. Well done, Jake. Cheers.
See you later, yeah?
Yeah. I'll leave this for you.
So you go and get stuff into the shade.
Wait up for it.
Puts a whole new meaning to standing in a bus queue.
There is quite a distinct battle going on. I mean, Jackie and Charlotte really have no need to stay there. They can step off now. So it's probably only personal pride that's keeping him there. But however, as far as Richard and Eve are concerned, that's got personal. That has definitely got very personal now. And there's no question that he will stay there as long as he'll outstay her. I'm quite convinced of that.
The extreme heat of the day has passed, but now a storm is coming, and after 8 hours, it's getting tough.
Your legs are hurt. No.
It's not, it's just this one knee here. It's killing me. It's the one that I've torn the cartilage on before and it's all swollen up around it. Oh. I'm gonna have to go, guys.
No worries.
Right.
Well done, Charlotte.
Bye-bye. Sorry, guys.
Righto.
Cheers.
See ya. All nights laughing.
I'm the failure today. My knee's in agony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just no good at those challenges whatsoever. Mentally and physically, it just drives me crazy. I feel like I'm being tortured.
Is Jackie still there?
Jackie's still there and looking very
She
strong.
doesn't need to be, does she?
No, well,
Well, she doesn't bugger herself up for the rest.
but I mean, we couldn't leave it to Richard, could we?
No.
I mean, I feel disappointed that I've let them down. After a while of being on the log, I got my period just out of the blue, as you do, and everyone else was like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you 2 seconds to sort yourself out," and he was, "No, I'm not happy with that at all. It's not fair. We're up here. You're going to have to carry on." And so I had to sort of sort myself out while stood on the log with my hands still on the totem pole, which is quite difficult. So it's something I'll know how to do if I ever need to in future. But I mean, it was just typical Eve.
So do we do rice for 2 3, 4. What do you reckon?
I don't know, it's difficult because we just don't know how long they're going to stay, do you?
No.
After 11.5 hours, bad weather finally hits the sand spit and the remaining 3 survivors.
Next fire.
After 13 hours, the weather claims another victim.
I'm coming in.
Okay, well done.
Bye.
And then number 2.
Happy.
25 minutes after Jackie gave up because of the weather, Richard seems unaffected by the wind and rain. But the same cannot be said for Eve.
The weather's beaten me.
You're coming off, Eve. Well done.
'Little bit.
Oh, I thrashed it
We
down.
got rain that made your skin bleed.
Who won?
Richard.
Oh,
Well done.
mate.
Well done.
Well done.
And you too?
I think it was 12.5 or 13.5 hours.
Oh, well done.
Half hour later. And
Well
14.
done.
Half an hour of skin bleeding weather.
And it was just miserable.
Do you want us to cook you some rice?
Well,
It would be nice, but yeah, we'll sit down and talk about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd actually just gone to bed.
Had you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the island with those 2 people. But I'll cause a bit of disruption to us, say, yeah, I've drunk all this to catch up.
Oh God, no, be a fire.
I know, but I just think I'm not going to be sitting duck. I'm not going to let, because I just have it as a laugh. I'm not stealing because it was mine. It's just a laugh, as far as I'm concerned. I'm just not going to sit there and let them walk all over me.
For most of Sakutu, the next day starts as usual. Those who know they are staying do repairs around the camp and prepare for the day. Excluded from the tribe, Eve has no reason to help them and appears resigned to her fate.
When I got up this morning, I basically started packing my bag there and then. My clothes are out. Those that got wet yesterday in the rain are out drying. There's a few things I want to take home with me, like one of the ponchos. And I've made myself a few sets of chopsticks to take home, and a couple of bits and pieces that I've made for the kids and things. So that's all packed. And it's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, but you know, I got nothing else to do today.
Did you two guys notice Eve talking to Charlotte yesterday on the log?
Completely out of order.
She's completely going on, aren't you? Like how?
Why do you wear 2 bras?
Oh, yeah,
Why do you talk so loudly?
Yes.
She was just going in
Why
for you,
can't
wasn't
you hear? Why can't you hear what's being said?
my ears are blocked.
I thought the first incident was just completely. I know she's been playing hardball all the way through and been nasty to people all the way through, but that was just inhumane.
I know.
It was like.
It was. It was
honestly.
so
uncalled
degrading.
for.
Yeah.
2 minutes wouldn't have given Charlotte an
Any
advantage.
No.
No.
And
Not
how
at
can a
all.
woman do that to another woman?
I don't know.
I felt when Charlotte got her period yesterday on the log, I just thought, that is so pathetic to say, oh well, it's all right, you're a girl, you're allowed to step off because you've got your period. It's like, bloody grow up. Periods aren't anything more than having a wee, you know? It's just a bodily fluid. You know, it's not like we're 13 and in a schoolyard and embarrassed. I just thought that is absolutely no reason for her to step off.
The nastiest competitor that's been on this island.
She turned into the worst of them all, hasn't it?
She is.
Nasty Eve.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to be
Evil
nicknamed by
Edna.
the press.
Evil Edna. I call her
Evil
Madam
Edna.
Min. Evil Edna and Madam Min.
And God said,
She's a
strike
stomping
Eve
witch.
down.
There's a really nasty atmosphere in the camp. It's almost like being a prisoner on death row and, you know, tonight's your night. No one speaks to you. Not at all.
Can you give us a call if Eve's on her way back?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
Okay,
and give you
thanks.
a shout as soon as she comes back.
Well, what happened? I was
Is she
sitting
down
here.
that way, Jack?
Yeah. And she picked all the dry lillettes, usable lillettes out, a great big handful like this, and put them all in her rucksack and left all the soggy, unusable ones.
Evil.
I can't believe that, knowing
Knowing, yes.
problems that I've been having.
So I said, you think you could save some of those for Charlotte because she's got a period? And she said, yeah. So she's only taken a handful now, which I suppose is acceptable.
We just took them out of the bag because they're not hers.
But we're just going to check to see if anything of ours is in here that shouldn't be. We won't steal anything. We just want to make sure things haven't gone
She
missing.
didn't leave one dry tampon.
I know.
Not one.
She knows Charlotte's got a period as well. She's so out of order.
That is just the most vindictive thing that anyone could possibly do.
Oh, guess what?
Found a whole load more.
Oh my God.
What should we do? Should we take them out?
Of all the things to take, that's just really cruel.
Yeah, she's taken one of those.
Oh,
So how many of these are there? 4?
4, yeah.
What do we do about that then?
Well,
That isn't hers to take, is it?
they're for the floor.
again, you're going to commit yourself if you do. Have you had the bag right out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the smart ketchup wasn't in there.
No, what was it? Here it is.
Well, it's under there.
It's under there.
This is typical of her because of the conversation.
We'll leave it under there then, shall
Yeah,
we?
leave it under there, yeah.
What is it?
Tomato ketchup's
tomato
under there.
ketchup.
Is there any rice under there?
So I haven't got to that yet.
Just lying on a branch up there.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, she might have seen
Well,
me.
obviously she saw us the minute she walked up there.
She's
Oh,
got.
go on.
She had shed loads of tampons in there.
Yeah, I know.
Even though she put like 5 back for
Yeah.
Charlotte, and then she'd taken one
5.
of those camouflage coverings things.
Poncho.
Yeah. So now we've only got 3 between the 4 of us.
Just take it back.
So it's in the bottom
Well,
of
you
the
can't
rucksack.
let it show out.
Well, let's say
And the tomato ketchup is under the floorboards.
Eve has wound everybody up so much, and she's just done so many sort of heinous things, really. The sort of lack of humanity, I think, just about got to everybody. And the final straw was when we found out that, you know, we've got 4 waterproofs left. Where, you know, where the rest have been lost, we don't know. But we've only got 4 waterproofs less. It's a glorious day, even though she's leaving this evening. Yet she's taking probably what is £10 worth of waterproof with her. Undo the poncho, and I've put a big slit down the back of it. Come on.
And then what? And then forget
and then
it.
And then
leave
forget
it?
it, and then leave it.
Okay. Oh, this is great. We're being sicker than her.
It's gone more beyond the game now. I suppose I found it quite personal now because I really do not like 3 of the people that are left. And it's very hard on your last day or two to try and put that personal opinion aside. They're just not my type of people.
stand off in
Oh, I feel really naughty.
Why don't Jackie and myself hold it out?
Carve something in it, like
Goodbye,
cow.
Eve.
Carve in cow or something like that.
Well, I like to start words that begin with F.
She wasn't even handed the poncho. She'd love us to have another storm like we had that just the other tribal council night.
This is the most fun I've had since I've been here. We're more evil than her, though. Do you realise that?
Do you really think we are?
This is called playing your own game.
Exactly. If you can't beat
Not too bad, not too
join
bad.
them. Has she taken anything from the medical kit, like all the plasters, so she doesn't have to buy any?
No.
Shall we hide the rice in case she does something to
Yeah,
it now?
we've got to hide the rice.
I'll just keep an eye on it.
And what about the what about the
Here we go.
coconut?
You really have been.
What about the back end as well, though?
No, you don't.
No, just leave it now.
enough.
Right,
And let the back-
dust it off.
You've got water on it.
Have I?
Right, she won't know about that.
Right.
It's got to be folded up really
Dust it
neat.
right off.
Well, look, really neat so that you can hide it without it even seeing it.
Do you know, I've learnt over the last few weeks just how dangerous women can be.
Not all women, Mick.
No, not all.
Washing just doesn't tend to stop the rotting.
Huh? You said how long from walk beside the coach from flipping?
Hours. I'm afraid, hours.
They're going to my bag again, Jackie, thanks. Petty as it might seem, I found this little pot a couple of days ago and was going to use it in case I needed to steal my own tomato ketchup. So I am going to use it because I'm going to take it home with me and take it back to wherever I stay tonight, and I'm going to laugh as I eat it. And they're all drinking tea, and I know it's disgusting, but I'm hungry, so I just get rid of the ants. I don't recommend drinking tomato ketchup. But just get me home back in a little way.
The theory is she can't because animals are too nice. Be interested to see what happens to the bottle of tomato ketchup, won't it?
Yes,
It's under her floorboards at the moment, isn't it?
That is, yeah. Yeah.
And if we see her take it, do we say anything?
Can you imagine it, right? You're out the game, yeah?
Yeah.
And the only way you can make a statement is to put a bottle of half diluted tomato ketchup on your floorboard and flipping steal tampons.
I know. How embarrassing. What a
You
way
know.
to go.
About 10 pence worth of tomato ketchup and 2 quid's worth of tampons, and you know, that's it. You're justified and vindicated for going out of the game. How small can your life be?
Oh, what I'm quite interested in is to see what her reaction will be to us.
Voting her off.
Yes.
Well, I think she might be quite surprised by your vote, but you never know. But she knows she's going, because when she stole all of the tampons today, I said we need them, and you really don't need to steal them because they're really cheap in the hotel. She said, "Oh, does that mean I'm being voted off tonight, Jackie?" And I said, "Yeah, didn't you know?" And she said, "Of course I did, I'm not stupid." No, but you are a thief and a liar.
As the sun sets on day 37, Sakutu leave for the first of 4 successive nights at Tribal Council, until on the final night the remaining 2 will try and persuade the jury which of them should be called the ultimate survivor and leave the island with £1 million. Welcome, Sakutu. Could you place your torches in their stands and take your seats at Tribal Council? First of all, can we welcome Zoe to the Tribal Council jury, which, when there are 2 survivors left, will of course ultimately decide which one wins £1 million. There are 5 of you left tonight, 4 after this Tribal Council. Before the vote, let's just talk about the last few days. Richard, you held on to that pole from before sunrise to after sunset. You may not have felt under threat yourself. What sort of caused you to stay on that log holding onto the pole?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that Eve is a very strong competitor, and obviously in immunity challenges in the future could pose a threat to my sort of future on the island. And also there's voting strategy as well. I wouldn't want to pick up a vote this evening.
And you stayed on for some considerable time, Jackie. What spurred you on?
Well, I stayed on for a number of reasons. As Richard said, there was a voting strategy. We really didn't want Eve to win immunity. But secondly, for my own street credibility, really, I wanted to prove that I could last the distance if needed. After 13 and a half hours, I realised that after Eve's career, mostly with men, that she was never ever going to lose to a woman, more so if that woman was me. So I jumped off after 13 and a half hours, and I proved right, 'cause she jumped off 25 minutes later.
Nick, it seems that tensions are running high in the camp. I gather there's some recriminations today, is that right?
Yes, there is. I thought Eve's behaviour to Charlotte was inhumane, is as near as I can take it. I was astounded at what she did.
Jackie?
Our only supply of tampons were taken, every single last usable one of them, by Eve, knowing full well that Charlotte needed them. And I thought that was very selfish and also inhumane. But after being approached by it, she put 5 or 6 back.
Do I get a chance to answer to this?
Eve?
It's so pathetic. If you want to go into details, I didn't think that that Charlotte was using that particular brand of tampons because she'd been using the other ones and been drying them out earlier. Jackie had told me that she couldn't cope with having a period while she was here, and I'm about to get my period, so I took some and put them in my bag. But, admittedly, having put about 10 back, Jackie then did go rifle all through my bag.
Eve, do you feel as though you made a mistake somewhere along the line?
I've made no mistake, no. I go home with my head held high.
Right, well, it's time to vote tonight. Charlotte, will you start, please?
Hubble bubble, toil and trouble, Eve is gone and burst her bubble.
Vote off Eve because she's a nasty, narrow-minded piece of work. I just can't stand you.
I'll count the votes. Eve. Jackie. Eve. 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 Eve, could you fetch your torch and bring it to the stand, please? You know that fire represents your life on this island. Your life as part of this tribe has come to an end. Could you extinguish your flame, please? The tribe has spoken, Eve. You must leave.
Good luck, Mick. I think you're going to need it.
Congratulations to the remaining 4 of you. You survived yet another tribal council. Could you take your torches, return to your camp? I'll see you tomorrow.
Quite frankly, with the 4 that are left, it is only Mick that I would want to win the million, and I feel very sorry for him being stuck on the island with those 3 because they're a nightmare.
Eve, I was wrong about Charlotte and the rice the other night, but I'm certainly not wrong about your treatment of her over the last 2 days.
The person that wins this million has got to be a very devious, cunning liar. And those 3 sort of fit the bill quite well.
Eve, it's how you play the game, not the winning. Unfortunately, you've played the game without respect for either anybody on the island or yourself.
I have had no contact with home for over 6 weeks, and that's been very hard. But I have to say that Sean has been with me in my head and has done the full 36 days with me. Not a day has passed when I haven't asked him for support, guidance, advice, strength, fitness, and he's never ever let me down, and I love you so much.
Although a strong and determined competitor, Eve's time on the island sadly ended in bitterness. Tomorrow night, hear Eve's story. Next time on Survivor, 2 immunity challenges in 2 days further exhaust the tribe. While Mick finally finds the missing 4th sausage, and you find out who the last 2 survivors are.
Eve's online now, waiting to answer your questions. Log on to itv-survivor.co.uk. And remember, an official Survivor book will be available at the end of the series from all good bookshops, priced £9.99.